Hello friends and beautiful people. Today we are going to do a Quilt Shop Quickie, and my intent is to just do some quick and easy projects just to show you how to do things and to make sure that they're quick and not a labor time intensive item to do. So we'll do some things like table runners, maybe some purses, just random things. Today we're going to do, and this one's super quick, we're going to do a coaster, and this is more for me to get my logistics together than it really is, because it takes longer to pick out the fabric than it does to make this coaster. So this is what we're making, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. So we did these as a make it take it one Saturday, just part of an open house that we did. And what we did was we used charm squares, and it's a great way to use up those extra charms that you have so that all the fabrics are coordinating. Or it's also just a great way to be able to have something quick and easy for a hostess gift. I usually will make about 6 of these, tie a piece of jute or a piece of coordinating fabric on it just as a quick gift, and you'll see how quick they are to make. That if it's a surprise event or something you hadn't counted on, it's just one of those things that's quick and easy to take with you. Or in my olden days, I used to be Martha Stewart, and I would switch these out for holidays. I'd have some that were kind of fallish, some that were Christmassy, some that were for like winter or Valentine's. If you do red and white, you can use it for Valentine's or Christmas. Just lots of different things. Today is with an intent. So we are going to, our next project will be a really quick table runner. And so these fabrics were actually cut specifically for our coasters so that we have matching coasters. And then we have another little quickie project that we're going to do with leftover strips that are for a bowl to go with it also. We're not making a bowl though. So let me aim you down here. So here's what we've got. We've got this square, and all it is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-inch squares. You can make them a little smaller. I had friends who actually use these with wine glasses, and I'm going to tell you that's the only thing I would not use these for unless you've got a really good wine glass that won't tip. So you're going to have the one fabric that you're going to see a lot of is the back. And what I do on the back is I usually will use a dark one just in case something does get spilled, then it doesn't show as much on that. Now these are actually homespuns. So some of them have a nap. And if you're doing that, you want to make sure when you do this project that your nap is on the same side with all of them. And what I mean is we're going to iron some of these in half to make a triangle. And so you want to make sure that the nap is either out here on the side that will be out and showing, or if it's tucked in. Because with this particular fabric, with this gold, let me show you what happens. See the difference? I mean, this really looks crisp and this one looks fuzzy. So you will notice if some of them are one way and some of them are another. Now, we've got our 5 fabrics. We've got one of them chosen for the bottom. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make layers. We're going to start with a 5-inch square of batting. And I will tell you that it doesn't matter whether you're using cotton batting or polyester batting or anything like that to me. These are actually cut off the sides of quilts. So if I have cotton scraps, when I trim off a quilt, when I take it off of the long arm, I will use those for my Swiffer, and I also cut the squares from it to use for oil from the long arms or to wipe down the long arms with. I use them to clean the wheels and things like that. For this project, you might think that you want to use cotton because it's absorbent. But what's going to happen is if you have a guest or someone who's not paying close attention and water gets on this and it does absorb in and it's sitting there on your wood table, it's going to make a mark. So, and the purpose of this is to keep it from doing that, and it's going to absorb most of it, but if you don't know that and it's left there and not picked up, then it could be an issue. I also like these because you can just throw them in the washer and that's it. I mean, they're They're just kind of a throw and go, easy to keep clean kind of thing. Switch them out. Just, and you know they're not that expensive. So we're going to start with our piece of batting. And like I said, I keep these squares just cut. And then we're going to put our bottom piece, which in my case is this dark one. We're going to put it right on top. And this is one of those projects where you really don't have to cut as accurate. You don't have to sew as accurate. It's just free. It's just free forming. And then we're just going to layer up our different triangles on here. Now, you can put them in the same order that every single time, or you cannot put them in the same order every single time. It's up to you. Just know where you start and where you end when you start layering them. So we're going to start with the first one. The fold always goes to the middle, and we're just making this half square triangle here. And then now we're going to take our next fabric, and it's going to start on the next one. So where this one is like this, then we're going to turn and start the next one there. And then again, just to make it easy for you, here's this one. So now we're going to turn and put the next one on. And then our last one, start here. We're going to turn one and put it on. Okay. And then we're going to sew a 1/4 inch all the way around. Now I will tell you, I do back stitch right before I turn on each one of these, and I'll show you why. All right, so we've sewn all the way around. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to cut off the corners. And so the reason why I take a back stitch just on going the one direction is because we're going to use I use the point of my scissors, because these are dull scissors. So I use the point of them when I turn this, and I just want to make sure that it's stabilized in there so I don't poke a big old hole. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to just turn it inside out, and it's done. You can do all of them and fight it, or you can just do one at a time, which is kind of how I do it, just because it seems to be, it goes a little faster this way than to fight the whole thing. And see, then I've got a big old mess here. So what I want to do is I'll take and finger push all these in. And then I'll go back through with my scissors. And when I go in with my scissors, or I do have a pointing tool, but you know, then that would mean I'd have to find it and dig it out. So I'm going to go in the hole where the batting, down by the batting, to push, because that's going to give you right in that corner that you want to be in. And you're just going to push all your little corners out so that it's nice and crisp. And when you're done, I won't make you sit through me doing that. It looks like this. And then if you want, you can hit it with the iron. Now I am, as you can tell, I'm going to make sure mine are all different. I don't want them all to be exactly the same because of the runner we're going to do, and we're going to do that next. So hopefully this was a fun little project for you, and you can just make them to match anything and everything. You can make 2, 4, 6, 8 at a time. It doesn't matter. It goes super, super quick. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and until next time, be blessed and be a blessing.